Well, the market has changed in Q1 of the new financial year, but in the last couple of weeks we've also seen more positive changes, particularly in our activity around our auction room. Hi, I'm Stephen Shale, Business Director for Success Realty, trading as Bayleys throughout the Bay of Plenty, Waikato and Taranaki regions, also the group Auctioneer. So very much a reference to our auction activity, which gives us good clues to activity that's happening in the marketplace. And if you're thinking of buying or selling, it may be helpful in making an informed decision. Let's look at July, shall we, on our clearance rates. About 48% under the hammer for stock brought to the marketplace in July. We've got a number of properties up to 10%, now over 10%, that have sold since those auction days, and with our properties under contract, we're looking to a balance of about 65% of properties selling from the July marketplace already. I'd imagine as those go through their agency period, it should balance out to a normal 75%. That compares very favourable, a lift on the 38% experienced in the first quarter and the first quarter too. Around 68% of all properties that were brought to the market have now sold. Now, the important change. In August, we've seen rapid activity. The brought forward activity from July has continued into August. That's when buyers make unconditional offers. They don't want to miss out on a property. They've made an acceptable offer to our sellers who have embraced the opportunity to meet the marketplace and brought their auctions forward. Now, we've had a 150% increase in the brought forward activity from Q1 into the first 6 weeks of Q2. Those signs should continue through as we see a battle for people to make changes as we enter the spring marketplace. I had a seller ask me the other day, what's changed in the marketplace? Why is it so hard? And I guess the understanding is that the competition has significantly increased. We've seen purchasing power decrease also. So interest rates, when they're in the 2% realm, or they're well over 5% now on different fixed terms, so a doubling and more of cost of money. And in the past, last year and the year before, buyers were spending based on the economic ability to service borrowings, and now that has, of course, dissipated somewhat. So the same buyer on the same income, or even an increased income, hasn't been able to keep pace with that doubling of the interest rates. Then I look to stock levels. If I consider Waikato, 28 weeks of supply, that compares to 7 weeks of supply for the same time last year. Bay of Plenty, 30 weeks of supply versus 7, so over 4 times the stock levels. In Taranaki, 20 weeks versus 6 weeks, and that's over 3 times more stock. So as a seller, you've got more competition, and as a buyer, you've got more choice. So those properties that are on the marketplace are not really in a hurry to sell. You need to be committed to selling or be off the marketplace, otherwise you may be helping a lot of other sellers sell. That brings auction to the fore, where we need a date for a decision from our marketplace, particularly with cash buyers. Auction will bring the cash buyers to fruition for our sellers within a 4-week period. If the property doesn't sell, and if we look at August figures, half sold, half available, well then we're going to be in a better position to push through into that pricing market and deal with the buyers that are still on a conditional basis. Of course, those buyers are prepared to put themselves in a cash position, less competition on the auction day compared to the previous years, although I did have an auction yesterday with 12 registered bidders. Let's look at pricing. Pricing based on July versus June. In the Waikato, up 8%, but on the annual pricing, down 6%. With regard to Bay of Plenty, a slight increase for the year, 3.6%, but down on June, 4.4%. And in the Taranaki, of course, they've had a nice increase on the previous year of 8%. Volumes across all regions are lower than they previously were, particularly in the Waikato with a 44% decrease in sales volume, and that's why the growth in properties available for sale has increased as people still come to the marketplace. The message is very clear for sellers. You need to be serious about selling to enter the marketplace. We need to listen to the current sales evidence. There's a reliance or an over-reliance on computer-generated sales evaluations, and of course the computer doesn't inspect or have an understanding of the negotiation process for that particular sale, and you need to look at what's happening in the past 6 weeks, not in the previous 6 months, to get an understanding of where the marketplace is heading. The good signs for spring are that there's more serious buyers about. We're seeing some good tests on our average sale prices, and properties in the Bayleys marketplace towards the upper end of the marketplace are enjoying a little bit more freedom away from these cost of borrowings, particularly any properties associated with water at our lakes, rivers and ocean views. So in a nutshell, folks, spring is around the corner. The marketplace is in good shape. We'd love to work with you. We've got an expert team of people across our regions in residential, commercial and country sales. We're happy to help and assist you. We'd look forward to meeting with you and discussing your requirements as we head into the spring and that urgent sales activity this side of Christmas.